You know, you know what's a big epidemic out here? And I'm not talking about the flu and the mosquito thing that's going around. It's something bigger than that. It's reading. A lot of Jamaicans cannot read, and especially in the downtown area where I'm from, in the gullies, whatever. Case being point, it's this guy I know from here, right? And I've talked to him. He's around the same age as me, right? So I said to him, yo, I got my driver's license, I got my business certificate, I got all the stuff that I need to move around down here, right? And I said to him, yo, how come you didn't get your license yet? And he's like, oh, no, I want to buy it. I'm like, why do you want to buy it if you don't have no money? Well, you could just go take it and pay less money and pass it. He's like, no, I just want to buy it, get it over. But I'm like, bro, you haven't gotten it yet. And you know, so he's like, oh, no, I'm like, you know, but then as time went on, I started thinking about certain things. And another thing, I told this guy, yo, you see that paper right there? Go get it and tell me what it says. He couldn't tell me. He said, yo, I can't see the writing. So I look at it, it's big ass bold letters. I wasn't thinking at that time. Then it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute here. A lot of these dudes can't read. So that makes a lot of sense, you know? And since everything is for sale, like most third world countries, you know, you go there, you can buy up anything if you have money. People with money come here and will take advantage of these people because they can't read. So you basically become a slave. So I started thinking, damn, that's why a lot of these dudes cannot overcome certain things, or why they can't even get a simple job. Not that there's many opportunities here, but the art of creating comes from education and learning how to read. Reading is so important. Just even driving on the streets, you have to know the signs. There was a guy that got pulled over down here, right? Obviously he bought his license, but the officer asked him to read a simple word. It was a 2-letter or a 3-letter word, and he could not read it. You know how dangerous that is when you're on the road driving around and you can't read certain things? But down here in other places, you could buy your license, right? So I know, because I heard a lot of people say that with their own mouth. I don't got the education. Even my own mom said she don't have the type of education that my mother could read and she could write, because she organizes her 2 shops and she write down everything. So I said to her, but you could read, you're just not on a high level. But there's certain cats that's on a level where they can't even read the word cat, hat, sat, in, it. Like that type of level out here. And that breeds a certain type of ignorance and a certain type of mentality. Now you become a violent person because you're not able to articulate anything. And you know the only way that you could do anything is to take. I always tell people that there should be more crime down here. With the level of ignorance and the way how people think, and now that I found out that most people can't read, not most people, but a lot of people can't read, there should be way more crime than it is, you know, and the lack of opportunities. So people find ways how to live and survive. But I was talking to this young boy in my chair. We both had the same idea. I even sent him a video that I had made way back in the days about inheriting things, and your genetics being trained to being a slave, or you could pass down things like slavery to your kids, and your kids is just gonna, it's basically the emulation effect. Look up that video where you seeing something all your life as a kid and you gonna become it, and your parents aren't teaching you because they don't know how to read, and they're not showing you anything. They're just sending you to schools, and the schools themselves are not elevating the way how they should down here as well. That's another topic. But there's too many people down here that cannot read, and then you have people that'll come from abroad that has been taught, like say me, the regimens and the testing that I do up there, even for barbering, and for driver's license and everything is just so much harder that coming down here, it was easy for me to scrape up on my paperwork down here as far as my license and my TRN, all that stuff. But with the average Jamaican in the gully downtown, I'm not talking about the uptown areas, because a lot of those people, they even speak different, they think different, they don't even want to associate. It's called classism in Jamaica. That's another video I did. But those people are different. When you come down here, these people, they speak different, they walk different, they talk different, they don't want to work, they're conditioned to poverty. And like the kid was saying, poverty is inherited. It could be passed down to your genetics, and it can just keep going on and on and on. And then, because it's a mindset thing, it's an educational thing as well, and then it's a training. When you have the money and how to keep businesses going, it's a big cycle. And a lot of these people are caught up in the cycle because they can't read. And without reading, how you gonna find your way out of anything? How you gonna be able to learn to do anything if you can't read or comprehend what somebody's saying to you? And that's a crazy thing, because I started thinking to myself, how many people in here where I live can't read? What's the percentage? And I think it could be probably about 50%, maybe 40, maybe 30, who knows? I can't say more than 50. I could only go half. If it's more than that, then that's bananas. Because I'm watching people and watching how they move now, and just testing them little by little. And I found 2 people already that can't read within the last 3 weeks that I've been around, and I just do something at them real quick. So how many people on the island now can't read? And if it's a large number, that's a big problem for the future. You know, we have to change that, because it's nothing but down from here, because the kids are emulating that. The kids are emulating these people, these same people that can't read. They're partying every week. You know, yeah, they live in life, that's cool, but you can't live life if there's no future for your kids. So they say reading is fundamental, right? Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing, and a lot of people down here can't read. It's a lot of people worldwide that can't read, but I'm talking about Jamaica and what I see in Jamaica, and it's why there's a reason why people bleaching their skin. A highly educated person, yeah, some of them do bleach. That's because they have this slave mentality. Just because you can read don't mean you're not a slave. That's another level too. Just because you can read don't mean you're not a slave. So, but if you can't read now and you have a slave mentality, you say, oh my God, I wish you the best, man, because the things that I see coming to this country for the people is devastating if they don't get their act together, or they just gonna have to get wiped out. There's no more room in the world for that. There's gonna be a time where it's just gonna be a certain type of people and a certain bottom and top. That's it. You're gonna have to fight for yours. Go get yours, man. Start reading. Start teaching the kids, man. The kids need to know. Stop making your kid. I see a lot of kids down here don't go to school. Every day I see them in the yard not going to school. Although the school's not teaching like how I think they should be, there's still great schools down here. The great schools are more advanced than certain schools in the world. Send your kids to school. Teach them to read. If they're staying home, teach them. Stop making them sit around and do nothing. Because guess what's going to happen? Nothing. Okay? Carry on.